What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I would like to talk about defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content or NFL content. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So as I mentioned in today's video, I do want to talk about defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich. And I do believe that Jeff Ulbrich is cooking up something special for this Atlanta Falcons defense this upcoming season. I do believe that this Atlanta Falcons defense is going to be predicated off of creating turnovers, being in attack mode at all times, and attacking the line of scrimmage. I really feel like the defensive line is going to do a lot of the heavy lifting for this Atlanta Falcons defense. And just hearing what these players are saying coming out of training camp, the Ruka Rororos, the Brandon Dorleses, the James Pierce Jr.'s, and a lot of the guys that were here last year, the Caden Ellis's, the AJ Terrells, they're talking about how Jeff Ulbrich want them to be in attack mode at all times. They're talking about how this defense looks a lot different as far as scheme-wise from last year when we had Jimmy Lake as our defensive coordinator. We know last season we played a defense where we kind of sat back in coverage and in zone. We didn't allow our corners to press up. We didn't really rush the line of scrimmage. We didn't blitz a whole lot last season. We seen us dropping defensive linemen in coverage and things of that nature. And I really don't expect to see much of that this coming season. I really feel like Jeff Ulbrich's going to allow the defensive line, as I mentioned, to do the heavy lifting, allow those guys to attack the line of scrimmage at all times. And it's going to make guys on the second and third level make their jobs a lot easier. I really feel like the linebackers are only going to have to clean up for what the defensive line kind of sets the table for them. I really feel like the secondary is going to have a lot more opportunities at interceptions and turnovers because we're going to be blitzing, because the defensive line is going to be causing the pocket to collapse really fast. And I really feel like that the secondary and the linebackers are going to be the beneficiaries of our aggressive defensive line and what those guys are going to be able to do up front, because we're going to be able to keep guys fresh and rotate guys in and out. I really feel like Coach Ali, what he's doing with those defensive linemen, allowing those guys to just be aggressive and be in attack mode at all times. I really think that that's going to benefit this Atlanta Falcons defense. And I expect us to have one of the better defenses in the league. I really feel like they're not going to be afraid, as we were in seasons past, to give up big plays. Of course, we don't want to allow big plays down the field and things of that nature. But I think that they're going to be willing to allow guys to play more man-to-man coverage, allow guys to press up like the AJ Terrells, because they're not the quarterback's not going to have a ton of time to hold on to the football and things of that nature. So I expect this Atlanta Falcons team to be a lot better this upcoming season than we were last year. I really felt like at times last year our defense was very passive. We didn't really attack the quarterback and attack the line of scrimmage, and that's why we didn't see the negative plays on first and second down. But I expect that to change this season, being that the Falcons, to me, did what they needed to do as far as in free agency and as far as in the draft. I really feel like they brought guys like James Pierce Jr. and Jalen Walker in. You know, they drafted those guys in the first round because they were looking for the ability to not have to necessarily expose the back end by blitzing linebackers and blitzing guys in the secondary. They brought in guys that had speed in James Pierce and with Jalen Walker to be able to limit some of these mobile quarterbacks, which really was a backbreaker for our Atlanta Falcons last year. We know that we've struggled probably for the last 5 years. We've struggled to be able to contain mobile quarterbacks because we weren't athletic enough on the defensive line and we weren't aggressive enough on the defensive line. I really expect that to change this year because you have the athleticism now on the edges to keep those guys in the pocket. And then we also have the strength and we have the guys that have the ability to collapse the pocket from the inside of the interior of the defensive line, with guys like Ruka Rororo, with guys like Morgan Fox, who you brought in, with guys like David Onyemata. You have guys in the middle of the defense that'll be able to collapse the pocket and cause havoc. So I really feel like this Atlanta Falcons defense is now complete. When you talk about adding those edges, that's what's been missing on this team, is those athletic edges that can run sideline to sideline and contain, the Jaden Daniels of the world, contain the Lamar Jacksons of the world that like to scramble out, and the Kyler Murrays. There's a lot of different guys now in the league at that quarterback position that's ultra athletic. So you have to have guys on the edges that can keep those guys boxed in. And you also have to have the ability to press the pocket and things of that nature with strength, and with guys in the middle of the defensive line as well. So I do believe this Atlanta Falcons defense is one of the most athletic defenses in the NFL. With you adding guys like Devon Diablo, and you having guys like Caden Ellis, and if Troy Anderson comes back healthy, you really have a lot of depth on this team, but a lot of speed and athleticism. So I really expect this defense to be better than a lot of people are expecting. And Jeff Ulbrich and this defensive coaching staff, to me, is doing a really good job, of allowing these guys to use their superpowers. As one of the defensive linemen, I believe it was Zach Harrison, stated, they're allowing them to use what they do well, and that's be athletic and be athletes. And I think that that's going to pay dividends this upcoming season. So with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts on this Atlanta Falcons defense. I really feel like this team has a chance to be like a top 15 unit in the NFL, but I expect us to get a lot of turnovers because we have guys that are ball hawks in the secondary. And when you put pressure on the quarterback, when you're able to create negative plays on first and second down, that's when you see the defense be able to flourish and get off the field on third downs and create turnovers and put the offense on short fields. So with that being said, I have a lot more content coming for you guys. If you enjoy my content, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button for your boy. But as always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed. Peace.